or I might just go another fit. You know I can't help but this, cause they know they can never touch this. So baby, let me talk my shit, or I might just go another fit. I might just go another fit. Just go another fit. You know I can't help but this, cause they know they can never touch this. So baby, let me talk my shit, or I might just go.
I see you in 3D. The dawn is bright for me. No more dark for me. I know you're watching me.
Oh, what's up, YouTube? This your guy Hector, aka host of the Yankees Morning Brew, and I'm chilling with my man, like always, Pots and Pairs Jigger Man Porto.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Bro, I'm so excited.
This is Get Yanked, baby.
I'm so excited. I'm back. Pete didn't take my job. Yes, I thought when Pete was here last Friday, I was getting yanked. I was waiting for an email. I was like, the boss is cutting me out of the loop.
You didn't get that HR email, bro? I thought you got that HR email. And then
I
went
thought it
through?
was spam, bro. I didn't know.
Man.
Is that what that was? Papers?
No, but it's nice.
Pete didn't let me in right now.
It's nice to have you back, bro. It's nice to have you back. Pete filled in last week Friday. It was an awesome episode with myself and Pete. The chat is already on fire. My man NYY News Ruben is in the building. Listen, guys, if you weren't able to catch the Yankees Morning Brew with the open panel, my man Ruben was on the open panel. TC Stills was on the open panel. We had Michael Caputo, LI Yankee King, on the open panel. Ivan, man, it was a good open panel. What you think? What you thought of that, about that, Jigger Man?
Yeah. It looked like a good group of people. And you guys, the funny part was you guys actually know baseball. So that made the show worth it,
Just a little bit.
Talk.
But shout out to the entire NYY News TV family. Shout out to the people in the chat. As you come in, hit that like button. And also, April 1st. Are you ready for April 1st, Jigger Man? Because I know I am.
I am so ready. And the fact that we know we're going to be in the stadium with the NYY News family and carrying me, bro, I'm excited. I can't. April 1st seems so far. Now that I know we're going to be there, it seems so far away. But I'm excited, man. Go get your tickets, people. Get your tickets.
Get your tickets. Hit that link. Also, too, April 1st, it may seem like it's far away, but the Yankees' first spring training game, that's literally 32 days away, bro. That's literally right there. We are almost there at the first spring training game.
That sounds crazy. It sounds crazy. We're getting closer. There was a tweet I saw. What was it? We are closer now to the first pitch of the season than we were to the last pitch of the World Series.
Yes.
It was one of those ones where I was like, I thought about and I read it like 5 times to figure it out. And then I finally got it. So I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
But while we were getting ready for the show, while we was just, getting our show notes ready and stuff like that, a big trade popped off between the Minnesota Twins and the Miami Marlins. Pete, if you could load that up so we can have the conversation with it. But Pablo Lopez is going to Minnesota and the AL batting champion is going to Miami. Yankee fans, what's your thoughts on this big trade that just happened? Are you upset that Brian Cashman didn't get in on this and try to get Arias with the Frankie Montas injury? Did you want Pablo Lopez here with the Yankees? What's your feeling, Yankee family? Chica.
Freaking
Jeff
Marlins.
Passons, he said the full trade per ESPN sources. Marlins received second baseman Luis Arias, and the Twins received Pablo Lopez, minor league players Jose Salas, the shortstop, and Byron Churiel, the outfielder. You got some prospects going back to Minnesota. Listen, Minnesota, they were trying to upgrade their pitching rotation. That was the one thing they were trying to do this offseason. They got Carlos Correa back, so they had some wiggle room when it came to dealing off offensive pieces. And now the Miami Marlins, they got a solid bat that they can flip, which they most likely will at the trade deadline for some more prospects.
Yeah, I'll be honest, bro. First thing you say is like freaking Marlins, right? And then you're like Twins, you know. And same time, I talked about it with you the other day, right? I don't think we need to go worry about our pitchers. I'm still happy with our pitching rotation. I think we've got a stellar group. Without Montas, we're still perfect. I think Herman can be that guy that comes in and really steps up and makes it a conversation of, hey, you know what? Montas, you're just going to come out the bullpen. You know what I mean? Because I really think Herman can be that dude. But when I saw this, it came right after I saw Pete's tweet of, has anybody heard anything from Brian Cashman? Right? Because it's like, you almost feel like the man's just sitting there like,
he's asleep at the wheel. He's asleep at the wheel. And another week has gone by, and the left field situation is still the left field situation. It was starting to sound like a broken record, and that's one thing I want to avoid when it comes to that. But the reality is, you can see it in the chat. Yankee fans are saying it. The Yankees, they just lost out on another one. TC Still said the Twins got to steal. Some people are saying that the Miami Marlins, they overpaid for Luis Arias. It could be that way. They may have overpaid. I'm just happy the Yankees didn't overpay for a player, right? But even so, we needed to upgrade left field. Arias would have solved our left field position, and on top of it, gave us a solid leadoff hitter who's a lefty bat in Yankee Stadium, which we are desperately needing.
That's the only downside, bro, is right seeing another guy that could be the contact that we're missing, right? You and I, we luckily we jumped on Grunt Baseball site, hung out with Halal, and we did his show, and we talked about that, right? It's stop talking about the pitching situation. Let's talk about the fact that, we don't have really contact in that lineup. We're still the same team with a Rodon, right? That's the biggest piece we added. So, yeah, that would be the one piece in that trade. I'm like, man, that could have been a nice little contact piece. But hey, we've got a star in left field. I can't even lie to you.
No, don't even do that. Don't even do that, bro. You'll get yanked right now. But the Big Japper was in the building. Listen, the Big Japper was on the open panel. Salute to you, my guy. Anthony Medina's in the building. How did I forget my man Anthony? Sunel is in the building as well. Salute. Jason Lane, 3 capital S's to you, my man. Hirsch, what it do? Hirsch, hope all is well. Mr. Steve Schumann just reported in. Miguel Andujar is being designated for assignment by the Pittsburgh Pirates. Listen, Miguel Andujar, sorry, it didn't work out here with the Yankees. I thought something would happen with Pittsburgh, but they just let you go. I'm not sure if this is just Miguel Andujar having the most bad luck that anyone can have. He probably stepped on a crack and broke his mama's back, but I don't know, bro, with Miguel Andujar, man. What's your thoughts on that before we continue?
I just feel bad for the kid. I mean, think about it. It was just, 2 years ago? We were like, oh, this kid. And then everything happened with the injury and then Geo situation. And then it's just, like you said, bad luck, man. I'm sorry. That wasn't one crack, okay? That man must have stepped on like every crack possible every morning.
He broke some glass. He ain't throw the salt over his shoulder and everything. He's splitting poles and stuff. You can't be out here in the streets splitting poles because this is what happened. You get designated assignment by the Pittsburgh Pirates, bro.
Tyler in the chat, can Cashman get yanked? Facts.
He's been.
Do we make that like the official
episode.
Every week? Like we
of
should.
Course.
Yeah,
of course. And like Pete just put in the chat, NyynewsTV, you guys see it, 76 extra bases in his rookie season. The decline is real. The injury that had happened, his shoulder injury, not being able to get that back. It is what it is, man. Just wish him the best of luck. Hopefully this doesn't happen to Estevan Florial. If it's not with the Yankees, it's hopefully with somebody else. But Miguel Andujar, he was runner up to Shohei Ohtani for Rookie of the Year, second to Shohei Ohtani. A lot of people said he should have won it over Ohtani, but it is what it is. But let's move on to the new one. I mean, to the new tweet that we got right here. It's a bit of I want to say a former Yankee came up through the farm system. Yankee fans, he was a big fan favorite from the Yankee fans. But Mr. Shelly Duncan got promoted as a minor league manager for the Yankees in the system. Listen, I'm happy for Shelly Duncan. We all know his father. We all know, like, when it comes to like being a baseball family, Mr. Shelly Duncan is a part of a baseball family. He made the elbow bash popular back with the Yankees, the bang, 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 the Bash brothers. And it was good to see, he hit some big home runs with the Yankees. Congratulations to Shelly Duncan for being named the manager of the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I love when we keep people from the history, right? Big or small, and they still get to stay within the organization. Help. So yeah, that's pretty awesome, and good luck to our Rail Riders this year. All right, good in there, Shelly. Help us go conquer it for us. All right,
exactly. Shelly may be the first manager that's gonna be elbow bashing with his players after they hit a home run.
That'd be dope, bro. Like every time he's right there at home plate, just
Yeah, but
we see it or don't see it. I'm gonna vote yes, we see it.
It's a good story. It's a good story. Seeing, Shelly Duncan was a part of the system with the Yankees, came up as a young kid. He then went to Cleveland, was battling back and forth, on different coaching staffs. And it's good to see him. Like I said, he comes from a baseball family. He knows the game of baseball. You remember when his brother, Chris Duncan, I believe, was with the St. Louis Cardinals for some time doing his thing over there. And we all know who his father is. So congratulations to Shelly Duncan. Let's try to catch a couple of minor league games so we can root our boy on.
I guess we got to do it. I'm down to do it.
You want to do a little
roll call real quick? Go ahead,
let's do another roll call. We got a few more extra people coming in. Go ahead, hit it with the roll call.
Yo, let's see who I didn't get the shout out. What up, Medina? I see you out there, bro. We got Edwin NG, Sunil. I see you. Chasing 28 Smith 12. That's a name and a half, bro. What up? What up? What up? First, last, Ruben with the whole goblet on a Friday.
Don gotta have the goblet. Anthony Garcia's in the building. Anthony, what it do? Siciliano NYY 99. What it do? Hey, how you doing? How you doing? But yeah, let's go into the next tweet that we have lined up for us right now. Pete, if you can throw it up, because this is fun. This is the Yankees projected lineup. Let's talk about this, right? Because we're going to be there April 1st. So let's see what the projected lineup is with the Yankees. And one thing that I like seeing it, they have DJ LeMahieu as our third baseman, right? So are we going into the season with the idea that Josh Donaldson, he's just going to be a bench guy that's just going to come off the bench, maybe pitch hit here or there, but having DJ LeMahieu leading it off, Aaron Judge, the second hitter, obviously, Anthony Rizzo, Giancarlo Stanton, Gleyber Torres, Harrison Beta, Ozzy Peraza, Ozzy Cabrera, and Jose Trevino. I can literally say this right now. This lineup that we're throwing out there for 2023 is better than what we threw out there for 2022.
Bro, ready? Where's Donaldson on that?
I don't see him.
Yeah, get yanked, Donaldson. Wait. Where's Hicks on that?
I don't know. Get him out of here.
Bro,
again, this is just the projected starting lineup. It's from my guys at Talking Yanks, John Boy and Dumb. Again, this is just projections, but this is an okay lineup. But again, the bench, Hicks, Josh Donaldson, IKF, and Ben Vroidback. I think Kyle Higashioka will not be here on the roster when it comes to opening day. So I'm throwing Ben Vroidback in that bench group. But we need to upgrade the bench, right? Because we already know how bad Hicks is. Josh Donaldson has fallen off a cliff when it comes to his hitting. His hitting is literally the worst it's been since his rookie season, right? So when it comes to that, our bench, we need to improve it. And I think we're good because we have that depth in the minor league system, right? So at any moment, we can have one of these guys show up. We don't know. Everson Pereira may be knocking on the door this season, right? We just don't know. But I'm going to trust the Yankees. I'm going to trust the process. And for right now, this starting lineup, it's better than what we threw out last year. But I still want to see that upgrade in left field, bro.
Yeah, well, it's funny you said that because obviously in the chat, I just saw it. Tyler Talbot said, at this point, I would take Profar. And I know we've talked about Profar, but since he brought it up in the chat, let's talk about that for a second, right? Because, again, we're at that point now where there's really, one left fielder out there available, which is Profar.
And he's the best hitter that's available out there in the market right now.
Right. But we did talk about it, right? He has been on a downward spiral over the last 2 years, right?
Mhm.
And that's not counting what he did in the postseason. Postseason, he looks solid.
Oh, yeah,
right?
he
I
was
mean,
phenomenal in the postseason against the
exactly.
Mets.
But I mean, do we really think that's going to be the piece to come in left field? That's a major upgrade? I don't think so, bro. For me, it's not. It's not Profar. I'm sorry.
For what we have right now, especially what we have on the bench when it comes to Aaron Hicks, right? He would definitely be an upgrade, right? Him and Cabrera splitting time in left field. And on top of it, Profar has played the infield in his career, right? Cabrera is another guy that could play all over the place. So Profar's versatility is something that Brian Cashman likes in having players when he brings them in. He's a switch hitter on top of it. Granted, this is the first time in his career that he struck out over 100 times, but normally he's not a big strikeout guy. This is the first time, if I'm correct, that is he led off for an entire season as well. Right. So maybe that has something to do with it, taking more pitches, struck out a little bit more. But the upgrade that Jurickson Profar will be over what we have on the bench and the possibility of not just sticking Cabrera in left field, it would be an upgrade. But the only thing that may stop that or hinder it, it's the money. We're going to have to move money around, a contract around in order to make that happen. And I'm not sure if the Yankees are going to be willing to either part with Gleyber Torres or someone else. If they could find some fool out there to take Aaron Hicks, they'll do it like that. But even $10 million I don't think that's going to be what Jurickson Profar wants. He's going to want more. He may be there at 15, 17, 18, or even 20 million a season. And if it is that much, I do not want, and I would pass on Profar.
Yeah, I said on yesterday's panel, right? I got to look at the fact that the Red Sox passed on him and went with Duvall because of the cheaper signing, right? And we know that Cashman is not trying to go over the 293 threshold. We know that. So again, unless we're dumping salary and we're finding ways to get rid of, Hicks and Donaldson to make it happen. But Hector, I mean, I feel like if we were to go get him, it puts us in a situation again where we're doing that, buy low and hope it turns into something because strikeouts, like we mentioned, right? Now, again, if we were getting playoff version of Profar for the season, great. But I feel like it's a big risk. And even in the chat, Tyler says Reynolds is the only upgrade, right? Someone else says, Sunil said, I'm almost 58.
Yeah,
and I'm considered an upgrade over Hicks.
Sunil, you are absolute fact. Me and my bad hips are upgrade over Aaron Hicks out there. 100%. More Sunil than probably me, but more Sunil.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think we all know it's coming to the end. I don't see us making a big move in left field. I mean, we've got to accept that at this point, right?
Maybe for right now, maybe during the season. During the season, we may be able to make a move because we all know that, Brian Cashman, he loves to have money to spend during the season at the trade deadline. This is something that we talked about yesterday with Falau over there on his show. When it comes to Brian Cashman during the season, he likes to keep about $10 to $15 million flexible for him to make some moves in the middle of the season. When you look at how the offseason has shaped up, right, when it comes to the Chicago Cubs, if Brian Reynolds is off the board, if we can't get Brian Reynolds, Ian Happ will be the second best option to have there out there in left field. There may be an argument that Ian Happ will probably be a better choice over Brian Reynolds right now because Happ's not going to cost you that much prospects like Brian Reynolds is going to cost you, right? When it comes to Brian Reynolds, we all know the Pittsburgh Pirates are going to try to get the most that they can. You may be able to finagle Ian Happ away from the Chicago Cubs during the season because right now the Cubs are going to try to go for it. They're going to try to contend. You got that extra wild card team that is now that from last year that is involved now when it comes to the playoff construction. So the Cubs are a team, especially in the division. If they get off to a good start, they may be competing, and we may be having that door closed on Ian Happ as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, we've talked about the Hap thing before. I'm not opposed to it, but I feel like I'm at that point right now where it's every time someone throws a name out, I just want to. My response is going to be, "Does it give us 28?" That should be that should be the question every time a name is thrown out. We're going to go get Ian Happ. Does it give us 28? We should go get Profar. Does it give us 28? We should go get does it give us 28? It
gets us closer. It gets us. I know it's not the big sexy move, right? I know Profar is not the big sexy move, and you ain't a big fan of Profar. I can get that, but Profar is an upgrade. He is an upgrade. Like people said in the chat, I think somebody put it. Having Cabrera out there in left field that's literally taking away from his strength, the ability to play all over the diamond, right? Cabrera, he's a Ben Zobrist type of player, or he has the projection to be a Ben Zobrist type of player. You just don't want to lose that by sticking him in just one spot in left field. Because then the day that you got to play Cabrera at either second base or third base, who you gonna put out there in left field? Aaron Hicks. We all know how that's gonna work out.
Do we? You know what? Hold on. Segue. Hey, Pete, do me a favor, boss. Bring up the next one for us, Pete. I think that, listen, when it works so smoothly, we don't even have to talk about it.
It's easy.
Segue. All right, chat, get ready to
because this one may be a funny one. Shout out to the guys over there at Fireside Yankees, but this one was a funny one, and you sent this in the chat, so I'll let you handle this one, bro. Go ahead, baby.
All right, so Fireside Yankees puts, I know nobody wants to hear this, but I think Hicks is going to be better than he was in 22. He was shifted against a whopping 92.6% of the time. And with no shift, he should see more luck fall his way. Still has excellent plate discipline and could platoon.
This is a get yanked. Anthony Medina said it down there. He may need to get yanked. Not a may. You could remove the may, but this is a get yanked. Again, appreciate the guys at Fireside Yankees and the work that they do over there. But when it comes to this breakdown of Aaron Hicks, I see what you're trying to say, right? I get what they're trying to say because it makes absolute sense. When you look at the percentage that Aaron Hicks was shifted on, 92.6% of the time, if you remove the shift, you may have an extra few hits get in there, a few bloopers, maybe sneak through the infield. You don't know. But to sit back and say, let's rely and let's hope and let's depend that he has a bounce back season and he could platoon. I don't see that. And to me, it's a get yanked. It's a funny conversation to have, but at the same time, I don't see it happening.
Yeah, honestly, I was shocked that you guys put this as like our third topic when, you and Pete, because I was like, oh, you know what? If you guys would have put this as the very first one, we could have literally done one get yanked and the show would be over because this is the one, right? And again, nothing against Fireside Yanks. That's what they're doing. You know what they're doing, right? Hear me out. And chat, we're all going through this together. So I'm glad we're spending this time together on a Friday. It's called the 5 stages of grief. All right. And we are literally living it when it comes to left field situation. What is it? Denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. That was the bargaining stage, right? Well, with the shift, we might get a better Hicks. Next is depression. All right. So next Friday,
I'm starting to feel it right now.
I have a feeling the tears going to come out the more we say Hicks's names. I'm just going to cry. So, man, I'm sorry that was a get yanked all day.
I'm going to take what my man Hirsch said in the chat because Hirsch said it better than I think anyone else can said it. He said he needs a fresh start on the PGA Tour. Absolutely. Get him out of here. Aaron Hicks, he loves to play golf, so get him out of here. Let him go on a celebrity golf tour. Let him just retire in the sunset. But Pete said it best in the chat if you see it. It's sad enough that Hicks giving up on his team and then taking a dump on his manager wasn't enough to dump him. And it's not like he's making the money that Josh Donaldson's making. I get it. It's $30 million over the next 3 years, but it's still $10 million a season. If there's anybody who doesn't deserve to be wearing the pinstripes, it's definitely that man right there.
Pete in the chat says, I'm crying right now, actually. Medina said he's already on depression. Hirsch, denial isn't just a river in Egypt. I mean, it's the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Big Japple, the Big Japple just made a great point also going back to Profar. He said Profar strikeouts were only above 100 because he posted 658 ABs, a career high. 100% agree. Like I said, he may have been, this is the first time that he was a leadoff hitter for his entire career, right? So this was the first season that he was a leadoff hitter. So I guess that may be the reason why the strikeout numbers went up, but he still has good bat discipline. And like he said, he did get 11 hits in the postseason, bro.
Yeah. I mean, again, I just don't see it happening, right? Is anybody going to complain if we went and got him? No. Anybody's going to be happier than having Hicks in left field. We've established that. Okay. Yeah. Whether you're on the I'm mad at Yankees universe or I love Yankees Twitter, whatever, the fan base, that's one area we are all pretty much in agreement on is we can't have Hicks out there. right? I mean, you've told the story, and I know people have heard it because they tune into this show or Yankees Brew, but you've told the story of you being at the game and that man not showing up until like 4 o'clock in the afternoon for a 6 o'clock game, right? So he was beat up. He doesn't care. But I know I'm going to get yanked for this, and I brought it up before.
Uh-oh.
If the man is on our team and playing, do we want to see him do well? At what point do we turn it on to say we need to see him do well?
No, whenever I see him out there in the outfield running, I want every hamstring to break. I want his ACL to crumble. I want his Achilles to melt off.
Take it back. Too far.
No, take it back.
Because then we can't trade him at all. What is wrong with you?
Shout out to my man Halal from Backstage Baseball in the building. Halal, what it do? Rashawn Thompson has been the building. Rashawn, what it do, baby? Listen, guys, if you're in here right now, hit that like button for your boys as we have this conversation. And as we continue, let's switch it up and do a little, let's switch it up, be a little nice right now. Aaron Boone, he came out and he spoke about DJ LeMahieu. So let's be optimistic about DJ LeMahieu, right? So when it comes to DJ LeMahieu, in the projected lineup that we just saw a little while ago, they had DJ LeMahieu leading it off. Everybody knows that I would like to see Harrison Bader leading it off and have DJ LeMahieu be the protection between Giancarlo Stanton and Gleyber Torres. Maybe that happens during the middle of the season, but right now the projection sees that DJ LeMahieu will be leading off the game. Copy, cool. I'm cool with that. But when it comes to DJ LeMahieu's health, I've said this numerous times again. You've heard me, Jigga Man, talk about this. He is at a stage in his career where you need to try to rest him as much as you can so you can optimize the most that you can and get the best out of him in the postseason. Aaron Boone said DJ is in a really good place ahead of the 2023 season. And shout out to Fireside Yankees for that tweet as well. When it comes to DJ LeMahieu, I know we want to see him at third base, but if he is playing, have that man play 4, maybe 5 times out the week. And like I said, rest him for the postseason when we actually need him. Go ahead, bro.
I will say it on this show. I will say it on any Yankee show I show up and DJ's name is brought up. I still love the machine. Mm-hmm. And if the machine can come back and we get the resurgence that is DJ, I love your idea of, hey, he should only maybe play 4 or 5, right? Give him some rest. Don't overwork him. But, man, I'll be excited if we can get the DJ that we all fell in love with. And I think the machine is going to play a big part for us in 23, bro. I really do. And hey, the videos look good, right? He's jumping, he's moving around that toe. Like, there's never a question what that man can do when he's out on the field. And there's never a question that, except last year, right? The year before, we always knew it was like, okay, DJ's up. We knew we were getting caught and we knew we were getting that. So, man, I'm dying to see that again. I'm hoping we get the DJ we deserve. We deserve a good DJ.
Especially when it came to hitting with runners in scoring position. DJ LeMahieu was that hitter that we can constantly rely on. When back in 2020, when he won the batting title, back in 2019 when he had a high batting average, when it was time for runners in scoring position, he was the bat that we could rely on all the time. Not having him being able to do that has hampered us and it hurt us, especially not having him in the postseason. Because when it comes down to it, when we talk about it, we upgraded the pitching rotation. Absolutely. Right. Yes. Frankie Montas injury may throw a little, little wire in it, but we'll figure it out. A bullpen, Tommy Kahnle coming back, the bullpen may be a little bit better, but this lineup was the reason why we didn't score any runs. Right. When it came to the postseason, this lineup is what failed us. Our starting pitching didn't get blown up. We weren't out there giving up 10 runs a game when it comes to the pitching side of things. No, this lineup is what failed us, and we need to have better production from the lineup this season if we think we're ever going to get past Houston.
Yeah, I mean, no question. Again, I hate saying it, but, we always want to be real, right? We always want to just state facts. And outside of Rodon, we really are the same team, guys, right? We know that. So
God. We got a super chat in the building. Yeah, we got a super chat. LI Yankee King. Of course, you gotta like the LI Yankee King. But LI Yankee King said it's not like LI has said to trade Aaron Hicks, Josh Donaldson, Devry Garcia, and Ryder Green to the Nationals for Patrick Corbin. LI, I love how enthusiastic you are when it comes to these trades, bro. But put down the MLB The Show. Honestly, put down MLB The Show.
No, first of all,
but shout out to my man LI, bro. Shout out to LI.
LI, I mess with you, LI. You know that. And I love the fact that he did a super chat and talked in the third person. He's like, let me go ahead and talk about Eli right quick. That was good. You know what? I ain't even gonna yank that. We're not gonna yank it. We're gonna yank it.
It's a get yank. It's a gettish yank because I'm not going nowhere near Patrick Corbin in his contract. I'm not going nowhere near Patrick Corbin in his contract. $35 million to have a guy in the bullpen. Someone drug test Li real quick for me. But shout out my man Li. Eric Wallace is in the building. Eric Wallace, what it do? TC still said not sure if Cashman watches the same games as us fans. No, he be paying attention to the horses that they have in Long Island in the Hamptons. CWE Bed-Stuy said players got to play better. Replacing players don't always equal winning. Absolutely. We need to have this lineup, especially the protection around Aaron Judge. We need that part of the lineup to produce. We cannot rely on Aaron Judge for 162 games, right? He didn't perform in the playoffs. That's one thing about Aaron Judge. He struck out. He didn't perform in the playoffs. We cannot have that this time around in the playoffs when we get there in 2023, bro.
Yeah, well, you know what? I've said it before. No one performed in the playoffs, right? It's easy to everybody for us to sit and be like, oh, he didn't do it. Yeah. But the man carried us that entire second half of the season. And that's so back to the same point, right? We literally can yank the entire Yankees postseason last year because it was horrible. And I don't want to think about the Astros, bro, because we know we still have holes.
Get out of here.
Yeah,
get out of here. Get out of here. But the next one we're going to talk about, we don't have a tweet to show you, but I just want to have this conversation with you guys. There's a video going around of Jameson Taillon talking about his time as a Yankee. And Yankee fans, I encourage you guys to go watch this video because everything that Jameson Taillon said, I can't disagree with. When he talked about his relationship with the fans, he said, listen, as long as you show up and do your job, you're expected to do a job. You're getting paid millions of dollars to play a child's game. That's what he said. Those not my words. That's what he said. He said the fans are gonna cheer you when you're doing what you have to do, but they're gonna boo you when you're not doing what you have to do. And it's all a part of the game. And I 100% agree with that. Jameson Taillon, and he may not have turned into that number 2 that we thought he was going to be. But how he handled his exit out of New York, going to Chicago, what he said about the fans, that's more than what we could say about a Joey Gallo. That's more than we could say about a lot of these guys that talk about the fans being too hard on Yankee players and stuff like that. So I commend Jameson Taillon. I got to take my hat off to him. I ain't going to take it off because you see the bull head, but you know what I mean.
Real quick, super chat, Zach Brownish, he's a member of the family, the Real Talk Package. He said NyynewsTV to the moon, the best in the biz. Got my tickets for April 1st. So happy. Heck yeah. All right, Zach, we hanging out with Zach. We're going to hang out with Zach April 1st.
NYY News, Ruben, appreciate you, Ruben, for looking that up. He said, Hector, to answer your question from earlier, Profar played 90 games at leadoff this year out of 152 games played. That is a career high for him. He has a total of 144 games played at leadoff in his career. Okay, that's solid. That's solid. And I get it why the strikeouts were up, but like I think Ruben put it in the chat or someone else put it in the chat, a 15% strikeout rate. You can't argue against that. Those are numbers that you want on your team, especially when you have a team like our lineup that loves to strike out a lot, right? Jerks and Profar strikeouts were literally less than half of what Joey Gallo's was, because Joey Gallo's was in 30%. But we need to have that type of lineup. We need to be flexible. Jerks and Profar, he's a switch hitter, so adding him to the lineup will give us a boost from that point of view. And I'm gonna say this again: out of all the championships we have run, 27 championships, we have not won one of those championships with only one left-handed bat in the lineup.
Yeah, it hurts me every time I hear you say it. How about Sunil said,
what is that?
Joey Gallo, but Gallo's dead. My cousin Vinny.
That's hilarious. Like Michael Blissel, Hicks, JD, I care from Torres starting over 150. Oh, no way. If they start over 152 games, Michael, the Yankees don't deserve to win. They honestly don't even deserve our fandom. My man, Halal, appreciate you, Halal, if you dipping out. Salute to you as well. Let's see. Let's go on to the next one right now, because the next one, it's a bit warmsome as well. Shout out to Pete's best friend. We all know him, Sweetie Murdy. Sweetie Murdy is leaving WFAN. And I know a lot of speculation is going on right now about where Sweeny Murdy will end up. Maybe he winds up with the Yes Network. That's a conversation Pete and myself was having backstage before we joined you guys on a panel. Sweeny Murdy, like Pete likes to say, but Sweeny Murdy, he put a harshsome notice out there letting people know that his time at WFAN is over. 30 years at WFAN. That's amazing, bro. Sweeny Murdy has been putting in the work as a Yankee beat writer, someone who covers the Yankees for years. You could tell that he's passionate about this team. You could tell that he's most likely grew up a Yankee fan. So shout out to Sweeny Murdy. All respect and flowers go to Sweeny Murdy, because when it comes to this Yankee game, whether you're an insider, whether you're a reporter, a beat writer, whatever, you got to give credit where credit due. And Sweeny Murdy's been there for the past 30 years.
Yeah. It's funny, because we know Jack, right? Curry is going through his stuff now with his contract negotiations with Yes. And
yes,
it's that time of the season, right? So, now it's, do we see Mr. Sweeney over on the Yes Network? I mean, there's all kinds of options. Do we go talk to the boss man, tell him he wants Sweeney Murdy on NyynewsTV? Let's bring
maybe in the future. But so now, facts. His real name is Sreeni, short for he changed it to Sweeney to make it easier for all to pronounce his name. 100% Sunil, 100% appreciate that. Didn't actually know that.
No, I love the fact that you went to read it and we're like, well, good thing he did, because I couldn't even read the name right.
Yeah, I wasn't going to try to butcher it. I wasn't going to try to butcher it.
Thanks, Sunil. Thanks.
And like Halal said, he said, me and Hector have a funny story regarding this one. See you later. Peace, Halal. What Halal was referencing is that yesterday, Halal and myself were in the middle of emailing Sweeny Murdy about getting him on the show. So we're going back and forth. And then Sweety's like, listen, I'm going through something right now. I really can't talk about it, but I'm busy. Next morning, that pops up. Sweeny Murdy's leaving WFAN. So hopefully when he figures everything out, you'll see a conversation with myself and Sweeny Murdy one of these days. But yeah, I would love to see Sweeny on Yes. And it's interesting that you bring up the whole Jack Curry situation, because we know Jack Curry as the guy that breaks Yankees news. Like Pete done said it several times. When it comes to Jack Curry, that's the guy that he breaks Yankees news, and he's the reliable one when it comes to Yankees source. So if his contract negotiations going the way it is, could you see Jack Curry take a leave and probably go to MLB Network, and Sweeny fills his role as on Yes Network as the guy who breaks the news as a Yankee guy? That could be a possibility, bro.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, right? Since we haven't seen the re-signing of Jack, is this that time where we're going to see the Sweeny move and then Jack moving up to MLB? I mean, hey, you know what it is? It's another situation where we get to talk about what are the Yankees doing, even when it comes to freaking commentators. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? It is what it is. Like I said, with Sweeny Murdy the best. I've been listening to Sweeny Murdy ever since I was in high school, as the voice of the Yankees alongside with Michael Kay. So he's done a great job with the Yankees. And like I said, wish him the best. But we could move on to the next one, because the next one, I think we're going to have a fun conversation when it comes to this one, right? When it comes to Aaron Judge, guys, let us know, what is your predictions for Aaron Judge? What do you think his batting average is going to be this year? What do you think his home runs are going to be? His RBIs? Me personally, I think we could count him for at least 40, minimum 40 home runs. If he gets to 50, that's just a cherry on top of the ice cream right there. But me personally, I can see anywhere from 40 to 50 having a 280, a 290 batting average right now. They have the predictions 275, 44 home runs, 106 RBIs. What do you guys think down below? Is that what it may be, or do you have any other predictions? What about you, Jigga Man?
Yeah, it's always hard to give your like, oh, this is what I think he's gonna do, right? But I'm with you, bro. I think we could see somewhere between that 40, 45 home runs again, like minimum. Like that's what we should be getting out of Judge this year. Man, I'd love to see him say, I hope we can see a repeat of what he did last year and everything.
We got a Mr. Jared Miller in the chat. He says 28 home runs. 28? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It might be. Okay, here we go. People throwing them in. Chris Perez, 285, 55 home runs, 132 RBIs. Medina, 315 average, 48 home runs, 125 RBIs.
Okay.
All right. Jason, 285 with 43 home runs, 100 RBIs.
All right.
The Yankees farm, what's up? 287 average. Oh, I said things are flying now. 287, 398 with 484 home runs, 120 RBIs.
You got Sunel in there. Sunel's 295, 53 home runs, 125 RBIs. Tyler Tabbitt, 313, 52 home runs, 128 RBIs. Let's see. Edwin says Judge will hit 40 to 50 home runs. Jonathan says I predict a 297 batting average, 57 home runs, and 126 RBIs. I will love that out of Aaron Judge. And of course, Jira's in the chat. Jira, what it do? Salute, 3 capital S's. But yeah, what is your predictions for Aaron Judge? What season you think? What type of season you think he will have?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I'm gonna for right now. I'm in that 40-45 range. With home runs, right? I would love obviously to see 110 plus RBIs. But more importantly, man, the biggest thing I'm focused on is stay healthy. Right? We got it last year. I want to see it again. If we can get a whole season like of Aaron Judge again, huge for us, man. So as long as he stays healthy, I think he'll go over those 45 home runs. If we deal with any of those little injury hiccups, then we're going to see that roughly 35 to 38 home runs is where I'm at.
Yeah. Yankees farm, they put it perfectly. He says, if Judge only hits 28 home runs, that means he missed 100 games. And there we go. That may be what it is. We just got to hope that he's healthy. As long as Aaron Judge is healthy, he's going to produce. And I know once the first, knock on wood, the first injury that happens, if he, snubs his toe and he has to miss a couple of weeks because he pinched his toe, however it is, people are going to start talking. The first Aaron Judge IL stint, people are going to start talking. So as long as he's healthy, the numbers will be what the numbers are, bro.
Yeah, facts. Well, real quick, in the chat, I saw that we had it dropped in there, guys. The link is in there to go get your tickets to join the NYY News TV team April 1st. Guys, Heck's going to be at the building, mate. Obviously, the whole NYY News fam, Pete, everybody's going. Man, I'm excited to do it. So, guys, grab your tickets. I promise you those things are flying. And with some of the announcements that Pete has coming up around it, tickets are just, they're going fast, people. Got to be tickets. If you don't get a ticket, you're getting yanked. What is wrong with you? Get a ticket.
Yeah, make sure you show up there because April 1st, it's going to be a movie. It's legit going to be a movie. The NYY News TV family will be there full effect. Merch and all.
Jared Miller in the chat, my guy. Judge, 99 home runs, 228 RBIs, and a 487 batting average.
That's what I'm talking about, Jared. You switched it up. My man. That's my guy right there.
That's the remake of it's gonna be the first ever Space Jam baseball version, all right? Where Judge is cracking 99 home runs.
Sunel says April 1st, 2023 is a couple of days before I turn 50. Listen, Sunel, what a great way to spend your 50th birthday. A couple of days before you turn 50. Come hang out with the fans and we can celebrate this thing properly, baby.
Yeah, I like it.
Jonathan Alvarez in the chat says Judge has never missed more than 100 games and still hit 27 home runs. Yeah, I agree, Judge. I mean, I agree, Jonathan. Judge. TC still says Aaron Hicks, a 0.71 average, 2 home runs and 8 RBIs. You may be going a little bit far with the home runs. I could count for one, but a 0.71 batting average, that might be right on the money. Let's see what else. Anthony Medina says that's MLB The Show numbers when it comes to what Jared put in the chat. Yeah, those are all the sliders put all the way up. That's what happens when you play with all the sliders like I do. Let's see. People keep saying
real quick.
Go ahead,
Hector, bro. But I know earlier, and we'll throw it out to the chat as well since we have some time still. But Michael Blasco earlier in the conversation said, how do you guys think the Red Sox look? And I saw he just threw it in there again. Yeah. He wrote, Red Sox are looking good. I'll start with you, Heck. I mean, what are your thoughts on what the Red Sox are doing, and should we be scared?
It's a bit tricky, bro. Because we obviously thought, you losing Xander Bogaerts, we obviously thought they was going to take a massive decline when it comes to losing Xander Bogaerts. The rumors were Rafael Devers may be on the move because of the contract situation. They was able to settle up when it came to that. But the Red Sox, they've made some good moves. They brought in that player from Japan who looks like he's going to be a stud. So I would say watch out. They would be something to watch when it comes to our division. Are they going to overtake the Yankees? No, because their pitching staff is still a question, right? What are they going to get out of Chris Sale? Is Chris Sale even going to give them anything, right? So it all depends on health. But right now, I'm not expecting much for the Boston Red Sox. They are in a rebuilding moment right now. They signed the outfielder Tapia, who I was a big fan of, that I thought the Yankees should have probably gone after because he has speed in his defense. But just like TC still says, the Red Sox are still trash, and I'm not scared of them. But one thing I would say is Yankees and Red Sox is always an interesting matchup. You can never take your eyes off of a Yankees-Red Sox game. I know a lot of people said the rivalry is not what it was like it was in the early 2000s, but the Yankees-Red Sox series is still the Yankees-Red Sox series, bro.
What do I think of the Red Sox? Get yanked. I don't care about the Red Sox, bro. I don't care what moves they make. I don't care who they bring in. I don't give a crap. All right. I will never, ever say anything positive about the Boston Red Sox. I don't care. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen, bro. But yes, I will just go ahead and agree. They're trash. And everybody agrees, right? We're looking at fourth place for them in our division. I'm not worried about them, man. We know the biggest issue we have is the Astros. And I don't feel we've done enough to surpass them if we see them again. And that's where we're still at.
Yeah.
And for that, Brian Cashman should get yanked again on a Friday at 4:45 in the afternoon. Cashman earns another get yanked. Pete, can you please go wake the man up? Somebody.
I've said this so many times before, right? When it comes to this season coming up in 2023, I understand the Astros, they lost Justin Verlander, right? And everybody is expecting for that to be a decline from their pitching. Their pitching is still going to be solid. They're still going to be a solid team when it comes to pitching. I understand the Texas Rangers improved, and they may have some more competition in the AL West because the AL West has been garbage. The Seattle Mariners have improved as well. But the one thing you cannot do is go into a season, right, making the moves you made, but expecting and hoping that the team you're chasing starts to decline. You cannot go into a season with that being, oh, well, hopefully they start declining so we can finally pass them. You cannot do that. You have to go into the season knowing that you made the necessary upgrades to put you ahead of them, not hoping that they decline so you can overlap them. That's just not how you win things, bro.
Yeah, facts. Say what's up real quick, Dane. In the chat, what up, Dane?
Dane, what it do, baby? Dane.
You know, I'm gonna give a shout out to Dane because Dane was one of those guys that reached out to me. Was like, "Yo, you good? You coming back to get yanked? You weren't there last week, so I appreciate Dane." All right, he was checking in, and Dane's also one of those ones that likes to. Him and Ruben, man, they be throwing me a couple of, hey, you might want to yank this one. You might want to yank. I'm like, hey, that's a good one, you know. And, so I appreciate that. So, but I saw somebody threw in their judge. It was Ruben. NYY News Ruben says his judge prediction is 300 average, 410. Then he's got him at 30 with, 30 doubles, 45 home runs, and 120 RBIs.
Oh, Ruben broke it down. TC Stills, he brings up a great point. He says, don't forget the schedule is much different this year, right? The Yankees, they aren't going to play that many games against their division. It's going to be spread around. They're going to play more games against the Rockies, more games against trash teams, right? So from that point of view, the Yankees may have a better schedule, right? Because every major league team is going to play themselves at least one series, or at least play each other, right? So from that point of view, TC Stills 100% right. The Yankees schedule may favor them this year because they aren't going to just be stuck having to battle the AL East. They're going to be able to play every team in Major League. What's your take on that, bro?
Did we get a left fielder yet in that situation? Okay, same situation still. Yeah, I mean, I think it's different, right? Obviously now with the whole change and everything. I think the whole season in general is going to be different, and we're all going to notice it. And because right now we're talking about it, the changes with the shift, like all these little things that are being added and taken away. We're going to see a different game this year. But bro, I don't know, man. I'm worried. I'm worried.
Don't be.
Where we're at right now. I'm still a little worried.
Don't be, bro. Stop hanging out with Caputo, bro. Stop hanging out with Caputo.
Well, first of all, do I need to go back the stages of grief? Okay, we're all handle things differently. Okay. I didn't know the depression part until right now.
But let's load up the last one. And I was saving this one for last. And it's a special one. Yankee fans, let's collectively join hands as we tell this guy to, you know what to do. He can get yanked. But Aroldis Chapman has signed with the Kansas City Royals. Bye-bye, Aroldis Chapman. His time in New York is officially over. We already knew it was over, but it is officially over in New York. Aroldis Chapman, arrivederci. Don't let the door hit you with the good Lord split you. You're going to get yanked and you out of here, baby.
Sad, but very happy that we don't have to worry about that again. We talked about it 2 weeks ago. Man, when we used to be able to be happy seeing Chapman come out and no one was about to be locked downstairs to where we were recently, where it's, oh my God, Chapman's coming in and you close your eyes because you know he's going to give up that long ball. So good to see him go. Get yanked, but at least the fan base doesn't get yanked on that one because he would have been another liability. Bye. Thanks for your service.
This tweet says when Chapman returns to Yankee Stadium this year with the Royals, you bet your ass he's going to get booed. He's going to get booed up big time. Him warming up in that, they may not even allow him to warm up in the bullpen. It's going to be that bad with Aroldis Chapman. When he comes back to Yankee Stadium, Yankee fans are going to let him know exactly how they feel. Let me know in the chat, what do you guys think about Aroldis Chapman when he comes back to Yankee Stadium? Are you going to give him a warm reception? Are you going to give him that Nick Swisher treatment when he came back? Or are you going to give him the booze like he deserves? Let us know in the chat, because personally, me, it's bye. Bye, Chapman. Nah, like Jason Lang. Nah. Hey, bye. Goodbye. You wasn't gonna get me to sing. I'm not singing, bro.
Man, I mean, you ready to do a killer job on our intro for the show. We thought we were about to finally get that moment. We were that close, Pete. We were that close.
Well, Chris Perez Jr., he said something funny. He said, we should give Chapman applause. He's going to give us a gift home run in the ninth.
Exactly.
You know what, Chris?
Bro, I was
From that point of view, you may be right.
I'll be happy to see him when he comes in and it's against us in the ninth and we know we need an extra run. We got that. Listen, guys, she spoke. Jira made it very clear. Read the chat. Smash the like button. She said, do it. Just like it. Just do it.
And quick. Pete said, so close on hearing Hector sing live. Listen. That's going to be April 1st. April 1st, I'm coming with my blowhorn, so you guys get ready. But you got to be in attendance, because if you miss it, ain't going to be no video on it. You got to be there to see it. Jonathan Alvarez says, Chapman getting rocked with the booze. 100%. Hit those like buttons as well, guys. It's like 70 people in the building. We have 46 likes right now. Hit those likes for your boys.
Hirsch said they should bring out Chappie's wife to throw the first pitch. What? You ain't right, Hirsch.
Hirsch, you ain't right, my guy. You ain't right, my guy. Sunel says Hosmer was Dorothy, Musakis was Toto, Salvador Perez was the Lion. Glad to see they finally got a legit representation for the Scarecrow in Kansas City with Chapman. I didn't know where he was going with that comment, but Sunel, that made me laugh. I appreciate that.
Nailed it at the end there. Li said, if I go to a Guardians Royals game with my aunt or father, I'm booing Chapman. All right. Something we can get behind, Li. There we go.
There you go. And guys, in the chat, Jira just put it in the chat right there. That's the link tonight to DJ. You can come watch the Yankees Morning Brew. And on Thursdays, if you guys are free, I do the open panel. You guys are more than welcome to come on to the open panel. And I throw the invite out there to all Yankee fans. So you want to come up. This last open panel, we had a good conversation. Ruben was there, like I said. Carlos with a K was over there. The Big Japple was over there, right? We had a bunch of people on the open panel. It was a good conversation. But before we dip out, let's just touch one more thing, bro. Let's just touch one more thing. Because Pete did a great video breakdown when it came to the Yankees prospects, right, over the past 10 years. And he had one in there that I had to chuckle, and he chuckled as well. But Jackson Frazier, Clint Frazier, new name. I can't believe Major League Baseball actually changed his name to Jackson Frazier, bro. What's your thoughts on that before we dip?
Look, congratulations. All right. I've tried several times. Nobody will get behind the fact of me changing my name to Superman. No. So if the man got it done, congratulations. But yeah, Jax. I mean, how about you change your name to I can't freaking play baseball?
One of the others. One of the others. One of the others.
But Clint Frazier. You're still Clint, all right? Next is gonna be the whole Clint.
You're always
right?
gonna be a bum in our eyes.
Get out of here, Chucky doll.
Right, Don says it always had me like, yeah. When I heard it, I was like, wait, what? Wait, who even cares, bro? You're not even in the majors anymore, bro. Who even cares if you change your name?
Pete wrote Jackson Frazier. His biggest accomplishment in the majors was a name change. Facts, Pete. Like it literally took that for people to talk about him again, right? He's like, oh, like when was the last time you heard something positive about his baseball skills? Like, I don't care. Get out of here.
Jackson Frazier. Clint Frazier, Jackson Frazier, whatever your name is, just know that you's a bum.
Rashawn Thompson in the chat. What up,
Rashawn,
my guy?
He says, shout out to my brothers. Que lo que? I have nothing to add. Yankees have me tapped out. Saludos, bro. Same way, bro. You feeling it with us, bro. We cannot wait for the season to start because I'm anticipating it. I'm counting down the days to spring training. I know pitchers and catchers report that's literally just around the corner. We got the World Baseball Classic coming up. Guys, let me know, how do you guys feel about Nestor Cortez pitching in the World Baseball Classic? I know a few Yankee fans on the open panel, they weren't too high on that because they don't want him to get injured. You seen what happened a few years ago when Didi Gregorius, he got injured playing in the World Baseball Classic. I understand when it comes to injuries, you don't want to see injuries happen, but when it comes to Nestor Cortez, you guys got to understand every season for the past like 6 years or 7 years, however it is, 5 years, every season after the baseball season is over, Nestor Cortez is pitching in the Caribbean World Series. He's always pitching in winter ball, right? So I understand about the trepidations and you know, the worries about getting injured in the World Baseball Classic, but just know after every major league season, he's already pitching in the winter ball, trying to get his arm strength back up.
Yeah. Real quick, because we saw it on social and I saw people in the chat. Happy birthday, Rod. I don't know if that was yesterday. I remember seeing it yesterday or today. But
yeah, Rod. Happy belated birthday. That was yesterday, bro.
Yesterday, right? I remember liking it. Happy birthday, my guy. Yeah, bro. I mean, it is what it is. I think this will be fine, right? I don't see him pitching a lot of innings in the Classic, right? And, you know, let the man go do his thing, represent, you know, and he'll be just fine. Let it go. He'll be fine.
And this weekend, we got NFL football. And you know, Pete Seminetti's 49ers versus the Cowboys and my Giants versus the Eagles. So hopefully we can see a matchup in the future of the Giants and the 49ers. We just don't know. But if we do, it will be hilarious. But good luck to everybody who's competing this weekend. Everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's. Hit those likes on your way out. If you're just watching this and if you haven't subscribed, what are you doing with your life? You're not doing anything if you aren't subscribed. For real. Hit the button. Subscribe to your guys. Make sure you come out April 1st because it's going to be a movie. But Jigga, any last words before we dip off?
No. I think we're gonna try this again. I mean, eventually we're gonna get it right 1 week, right?
So that me and Pete, we had a good time doing it this past Friday. So let's try to get it right on one time.
So was that a little hint?
No,
hey, Pete and
no, it's not a hint. It's not a hint, bro. It's not a hint. I'm just saying, let's just do it one time. You ready?
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you have tuned in this Friday for another edition of Get Yanked. It's your guy Hector, hanging out with my man Jigga Man Porto. And if you ain't down with us, we got 2 words for you.
Get yanked!
Peace out,
God,
baby.
We did it. It was so
salute.
good.